Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. Guys, I'm here with Diaochan and we have some really good news. Is she fixed? Is she unbugged? Is she buffed? I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm going to explain it in just a moment. Without further ado, let's dig in. Alright guys, so we have some huge news here for Diaochan. So her awakening, that I think that one of the most important ones was going to be her extended range, to be honest with you. And what we were running with on the test server is they had her skills, if you want to say mislabeled maybe, or they decided to move them around a bit on how her awakenings were going to be. So they had like the basic attack range at awaken level 3. They had and all these were all messed up. And the thing is, she was working the way they wanted her to be by the time she releases, but at the same time, the way her awakenings were read out, they weren't in the right or correct order. So I'm going to explain that in just a moment here, because we did a lot of reveals. We did all Diaochan's here. Here's her awakenings, here's her skills, all this stuff. I just want to make sure that we have this right with the community. Now, I was doing some testing and I noticed that in the middle of my testing video, if you didn't see that, I did cut it a little short because I was having issues with this situation. And when the awakenings weren't lining up and we had different damage reductions going on that weren't supposed to be happening. So I just want to get this all clarified is basically what we want to do here today. Now, before it had the Unawakened level 3, it had the basic attack range was boosted on Awakened level 3, which was reading here, and then the Awakened level 5 was actually placed in the Awakened level 3 slot. Now this was actually all functioning as it was supposed to, as it is written here now. So it was really confusing. So I'd awaken her to level 1 and she'd get that basic attack range, but it would say that she doesn't get the basic attack range until Awakened level 3. So I just want to make sure I did my due diligence. I reported to the devs. I had a little chat with the dev contact, and essentially they just ended up saying like, oh yes, we have moved the skills around, the awakenings are moved around. We just have to move the actual UI and basically the descriptions. So now her awakening is going to be a little bit different. On Awakened level 1, she's going to get that increased basic attack range. On Awakened level 2, she's going to get that attack plus 300. On Awakened level 3, she's going to get the enhancement to Thorn Rose, increases damage reduction of Serenade of Hope by 5%, increases the number of targets affected by Song of Sorrow by 1. This is something that was kind of being a little bit weird. When I go to place down Diaochan, her skills actually say that she's going to give a 20% physical and magic damage reduction, and she was actually applying a 25%. So yeah, it's a bug. I mean, it wasn't working as intended at the time or the way it was written, but they intended it for it to be 25%. So that is going to be fully functional now. And then Awakened level 4 is all damage reductions plus 8%. And Awakened level 5 is when switching to Serenade of Hope, heals all allies in range for 500%. It's a massive heal. When switching to Song of Sorrow, applies a rage regen to allies in range, which is going to be for 5 seconds. She's going to restore 2% rage for the allies per second, totaling out at 10% rage. And it says this effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 30 seconds. So every half a minute you can go back and forth. You'll see how that could be pretty useful on Guild Boss 2 or Geared Dungeons specifically are the ones that kind of come to mind. But the real big news is this increased basic attack range being moved to Awakened level 1. This makes her much more worthy of being chased for that Awakened level 1. That basic attack range, I can tell you right off the bat, is massive. It is something that is going to separate her in a lot of situations. When it comes to inspiration, it's going to separate her from Dolores. Dolores is definitely going to be giving a higher boost at certain times for inspiration. I'm assuming that Constance is also going to give you a higher boost to your allies' attack. So her having this increased range is going to be really important for her, because she needs the increased range to get a broader group of allies getting that inspiration effect, and then also taking advantage of the fact that her inspiration effect is up 100% of the time if you have her in Sorrow. So that's all I kind of wanted to cover for today's video. I just wanted to make sure that we were really clear on how Diaochan is going to be working. I didn't want it to be everybody thinking you have to go for Awaken level 3 to get that increased attack range. And I also want to reiterate that I think personally that the increased attack range is one of the most important awakenings on Diaochan. So this is definitely a positive buff to the player base. Get excited, get pumped, Diaochan's coming. You're gonna want to try to get 2 copies if you can, at least. But anyways guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also remember to join the Discord. We have hero guides, stage guides, tier guides, price guides, takeovers, artifact guides, exclusive gear guides. All this stuff is right there on the Discord. And if you need anything, you can ask one of the 900 members in there for help. A lot of them are definitely willing to try to come up with ideas to help you with your strategies. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.